I just finished watching something I haven't watched in a while. It was a wrestling pay-per-view on the WWE Network, and um, it was pretty enjoyable. It was the NXT TakeOver Brooklyn from the Barclays Center. There's 15,500 some people there, and I think this was the first NXT event like this I've seen. Um, I used to be into wrestling a lot when I was younger, but casually keep up with it now and then. Nowadays, but I got like a free thing, so I was like, I'm gonna try it and watch the NXT and see what it's all about, because I hear great things about it. Into the matches, there were 6 on the main event there, which started at 9 and lasted till about 11:20, and I think there were a few like on a pre-show or something like that I didn't really watch. But first match was Tyler Breeze. I should say I'm really not familiar with a lot of these guys, so I'm not sure how their usual matches go, but I'll go with what I saw tonight. First one was Tyler Breeze versus Jushin Thunder Liger, which was his first match in WWE, and seemed to have a good time with it, and was nice back and forth. Both of them, I know Liger's getting up there in age, but it was still nice back and forth. A few nice spots, I guess. Don't remember too much about it, but Liger seemed to have some fun with it here and there, and taking the selfie stick and taking some pictures, and I guess the right guy won. I don't know. Tyler Breeze seemed like he's a decent wrestler, performer, and I don't know, I guess they wanted to give Liger the win, being his debut match. He's been around for a long time. It was a pretty good match. It was entertaining. Nice opener, kind of get things going, kind of fun. Crowd all night was pretty into everything. They were cheering and getting into stuff as it happened. This was 8.5 minutes, something like that. Length felt good, I guess. Finished with a Liger bomb, like a running power bomb, sit down power bomb type thing. Second match, tag team match. Blake and Murphy with Alexis Bliss, Blake and Murphy, versus the Vaudevillains with Blue Pants. This was for the NXT tag team titles, and I haven't seen either of these guys before, either of these teams before, but it was a pretty good match. Vaudevillains started out pretty strong. Turned to Blake and Murphy gaining control. Keeping one of the Vaudevillains, might have been Gotch, can't remember which one it was, but keeping him more on their side and working him over. But eventually the Vaudevillains came back, and it was entertaining. Pretty good match. Blaze got involved a little bit. Blue Pants came in and helped make a save, and the Vaudevillains finisher was pretty different, I guess. I hadn't seen it before. It was like a European uppercut from the back, turned into like a swinging nut breaker, and double team move. It was pretty good. Looked effective. I mean, another good, decent, solid match. From what I hear, these are a lot better than your typical main roster pay-per-views. So I've been happy with it, especially not costing me anything, getting quite a bit of value, I thought. Third match was Ty Dillinger versus Apollo Cruz, who was formerly UHA, I guess that's how you say it, UHA Nation. And Apollo Cruz was pretty athletic. Ty Dillinger was pretty good too, I thought. So I guess hopefully Ty Dillinger will continue to get some, hopefully push in the future. So I can see him doing some things, hopefully. But Apollo Cruz, they said, was 260. He was kind of muscular. He almost reminded me of like slightly smaller, maybe Bobby Lashley, or heard maybe like a buffed up Kevin Hart type of thing. But he was quite athletic. Couple flips and stuff that was pretty amazing, I guess, for him being kind of built. He's not like super muscular, but he's built enough where you notice and say, hey, that guy's muscular. But yeah, that was a pretty good match. I was impressed with Apollo Crews. Managed to do a gorilla press and then do a pretty solid moonsault backflip, just standing, just flipped right over like it was nothing. So should be a lot of promise for him because he's pretty talented. And another solid match. I'm still happy with everything that's been going on. Fourth match, Baron Corbin versus Samoa Joe. This was two big guys beating each other up. He threw some submissions in there. Samoa Joe was kind of wrapping Corbin up at times, and Corbin even tossed that little submission ankle, forget the name of it, but it looked pretty good. I guess he played football at some point, NFL, and switched over to wrestling, and it looks like he's doing pretty good with the transition. Again, I haven't really seen much of him. I've seen Samoa Joe here and there, TNA, maybe some Ring of Honor stuff through the years, but hadn't really seen much of them. But they both came across tough guys fighting, and it's still entertaining. I mean, I don't think over the whole card there was a dud of a match. Everything was really entertaining. Samoa Joe came up with a win there. Corbin did like a slam, like choke slam almost sort of thing, and Samoa Joe flipped it around into a choke, whatever his reverse choke move. I can't remember the name of it, but it was a pretty good finish. And Corbin, they didn't make Corbin tap out, so they kept him strong. He fought till the end, which shouldn't really hurt him. Samoa Joe's a big guy, so big name, so I think they both came off looking pretty good. That's the whole thing. Another thing throughout this whole thing, throughout this event, both competitors throughout the matches I was seeing came off looking really good, I thought. So nobody looked particularly bad. Shortest match of the night was the Apollo Crews Ty Dillinger match. A little over 4.5 minutes. So they're actually giving some decent time to some of these matches. Next match, number 5, was what I thought was probably the match of the night. Bayley versus Sasha Banks. It was the champion for the NXT Women's title. And I had heard wonderful things about NXT Women's matches. And this was by far, I thought, the match of the night. And both of these women did an amazing job. Bayley was kind of the underdog in the fight, and not kind of, she was the underdog. And started off strong because really wanted her chance. I guess she had some chances before for the title various times, but never won it. So came out strong and was looking pretty good, dominating, but eventually came back to Sasha Banks, kind of controlling the match for a bit, and yeah, they did quite a bit. I had to take notes on it because so much happened. And at one point there was like a springboard elbow drop in the corner from Bayley, and that was pretty cool to see. One of the highlights of the match was when Sasha Banks was in the ring, Bayley was outside, and the ref was bent over checking on Bayley, and Sasha Banks ran, flipped over the ref, and went to the outside and landed on Bayley, and that was pretty amazing. Just as a wrestler, because I'm sure that's not something you see too many people do, men or women. So that was pretty cool. It was a nice little exchange with a submission. I guess it was Sasha Banks' submission or finisher, and she had Bayley in it, and Bayley almost got to the ropes, but I guess due to some hand injury she had before, Sasha Banks just started stomping on her hand and pulled her back. Amazingly, Bayley reversed it, put Sasha Banks in her own hole there, and thought she was going to get the win, but they ended up getting out of it, and finally came up towards the end there, and Bayley did a reverse Hurricane Rana Frankensteiner off the top rope, then hit her finisher and pinned her. So Bayley ended up winning the new championship, and it's amazing what they can do when they actually get to wrestle and perform and do what they can do, because they're talented athletes and talented performers, and you can say it's all scripted, but they go out there and do some amazing things to entertain people and put their bodies on the line, and it shows off. And that was probably my match of the night, and there was a big celebration there at the end, which was nice, and this was, really good match of the night. Beat the men. A lot of the men's matches I've seen over the years beat the pants off of every single one of them. Not all of them, but a lot of them. Comes up to the final match here. Co-main event was the Bayley, Sasha Banks, and Finn Balor, Kevin Owens match. This was a ladder match for the championship, NXT championship. Balor was the champion going in, and makes his usual appearance as the Demon, which is pretty cool to see. And that was a rough match. This was probably my second favorite match of the night. It was the longest match, a little over 21 minutes. They did quite a lot. Made a point telling you that Finn Balor had never been in a ladder match. Not sure if that's accurate, but point being, Kevin Owens has been in a lot more, so he's a lot more experienced. And this was quite a rough match. They beat each other up, all types of spots. Cannonballs into ladders, jumps off of ladders, fighting out in the crowd. It's quite good. Owens powerbombed Balor off the ladder, pulled him off, and nailed him. Powerbombed him on the edge of the ring there. He even set up a ladder and put another ladder like on the bottom rung over to the bottom rope. And Kevin Owens ended up taking a nice fall to it and bounced off it. It looked pretty rough. It was not the roughest match I'm sure you've ever seen if you've been watching for a while, but it had some quite nice bumps in it. And Kevin Owens is really trying to go after that belt, and I'm sure they're going to push him full main roster now. But it was entertaining. Even with Finn Balor doing his finisher, coup de grace, I guess, off the top of the ladder. It was pretty rough looking. Jumped right on Kevin Owens, ran back up, got the belt, won. But there's a bright future, and probably all these people that wrestled tonight. Finn Balor is going to have a nice career. Hopefully Apollo Cruz and a few other people are going to get nice pushes. Main roster's looking bright if these people can continue get pushes when they hit the main roster. Women's match was amazing. Match of the night. Yeah, definitely watch it if you are able to. I'm sure they're putting a lot of pressure on the main roster since SummerSlam's tomorrow, and yep, they're gonna have a lot to live up to tomorrow. But I'm beat. My voice is cracking. Definitely go watch it. You'll enjoy it. I will see y'all next time.